And there he is, the man of the hour himself, the Stinger, the World Heavyweight Champion. The day when Sting loses the World Heavyweight Championship is the day he calls his end. American Alpha against the Revival for the tag team titles. German suplex for the titles! American Alpha win! Randy Orton? I thought Randy Orton was on SmackDown! RKO to Mr. Money in the Bank! Rosemary wants to fight someone. Who does she face here tonight? What the absolute hell? That's Ronda Rousey! The Hive submits! Ronda Rousey wins! Hello and welcome, Universe Mode. This is Monday Night Raw. Well, didn't we kick off the series pretty damn big last week, as you saw right there? But is it time to continue things on? You bet your ass it is. We are here for another edition of Monday Night Raw. We are on our way towards Survivor Series, and we are looking very, very much so forward towards what is going to happen in just over a month from now at that very event. It is going to be a big night of action. It's going to be a big night of Bryan versus Bryan shenanigans. Cannot wait for it, but also cannot wait for this show here tonight. As you see right there, we are going to be hearing from the Viper, Randy Orton, in regards to last week. It is official that Randy Orton is a member of the Monday Night Raw brand, and he made an immediate impact by attacking Roman Reigns last week, as you saw at the start of the show. We'll be hearing from Randy Orton here tonight. We'll be having some great wrestling action as well throughout the night, including the main event of the evening. Take a look at that one right there for you. Daniel Bryan to go one-on-one against the World Heavyweight Champion, Sting. I absolutely cannot wait to see how that one goes down. That's going to be a thriller between those two incredibly talented athletes, fan favorites to go with it. And I absolutely hope that we'll get a great match between two great athletes. Sting's first match as World Heavyweight Champion. We'll see if it'll go the way that he wants it to or not. But before we can get to any of that, let's start with some in-ring action. Zack Ryder and Shelton Benjamin. All right, we are ready for action to commence. Zack Ryder is ready in the ring. And after last week's performance by Shelton Benjamin, this is actually going to be a step up for him in all fairness because, well, if you remember rightly, if you remember back to last week's episode of Monday Night Raw, it wasn't exactly the greatest time for Shelton Benjamin, I think is the best way of saying it. Benjamin went one-on-one against local talent in Cole Quinn, and the reality of the situation was that Shelton Benjamin didn't exactly look the smoothest against Cole Quinn. He didn't have the best showing. He didn't exactly dominate the match. He wasn't anywhere near in control of the vast majority of it. So it certainly didn't look like Benjamin had what it took at that moment in time to successfully overcome some of the more name-worthy talents of Monday Night Raw. But the Raw General Manager, Constable Dredge, has given him the opportunity here tonight to prove himself. And we'll see how that one will go as he goes one-on-one against Zack Ryder here. And what I assume will be a much more competitive matchup for Ryder. Oh, sorry, for Benjamin. One that he's definitely going to have to try and pull off successfully if he wants to get something over Ryder here in this one. Benjamin's going to have to look a lot better than what he did last week on Raw, that's for certain. Some great action on its way, though, tonight, though. No doubt about it. Hiroshi Tanahashi going to be here. I know that's going to get a few names, a few people excited for that name. He's going one-on-one against Cesaro. That could very well be match of the night, all things considered. See how that one goes later on, though. What a shocking revelation we had last week on Monday Night Raw with the arrival in the main event of the evening of Ronda Rousey. My goodness, that was shocking to witness. It was incredible. Loved seeing it. The arrival of Ronda Rousey was something else, and she is not here tonight, but what we do know, of course, is that when Ronda is going to show up, it's going to be one hell of a moment. Monday Night Raw for the women's division. Going to be a spectacle to see, no doubt about it. Benjamin right now, though, taking control of this one. Double underhook suplex on Ryder. Goes into the cover early. Got it one there by Ryder. And, from the side onwards there with that neck crank. Bit dangerous there by Shelton Benjamin. Certainly doing the damage necessary, though, to get him somewhere in this matchup. Nice forearm. Good drop kick after it. Benjamin, got to say, he is actually looking a bit smoother this week. Over Zack Ryder. In the corner goes Ryder. Oh, sweeps the legs away. On the apron. Kicked him right in the face there. Benjamin taking his time to get to the top rope there. That allowed Ryder to count up. Benjamin up high now. Here we go. Oh, went for the elbow drop and missed it. Nasty impact there. Ryder, though, unable to capitalize and gets a knee right in his face. What are we going to see from Benjamin now? Running clothesline. Didn't exactly get all of it in the process of looking for it. Kick in the gut. Another double underhook on its way. It most certainly is. Oh, no, it's the gut buster. Those double knees into the chest of Ryder. You can definitely tell that Zack Ryder's feeling the effect of this matchup so far. Irish whip, though. Countered by Ryder. He sends Benjamin into the corner. Benjamin just fighting back. Super kick. Oh, Benjamin missed it. Lucky break there for Benjamin, but Ryder is still fighting on right now. Neither guy able to gain an advantage over the other. Super kick by Benjamin, and that may be one of the final pieces to the puzzle, because here comes the very last one. Paid it from Benjamin. And there it was. And that should be where it all ends. Paid it. Cover by Benjamin. 1, 2, 3. Shelton Benjamin. What a difference a week can make. Looked calm, cool, collected, and looked like the winner that he was here tonight. That was a win that Benjamin needed, and he's making Monday Night Raw a good place for him so far. Good stuff from Benjamin. And now we shall wait to see where things lead for him. Ryder raising the arm of the winner there. He was convincingly defeated, there's no doubt about it. Shelton Benjamin pulling off a comfortable win there, and he's going to be very proud of that start when you compare it to how last week went against Cole Quinn. Much better here tonight for the gold standard. There you have it, Shelton Benjamin's work done, but it is time to move on to what is coming up next. Already we're going to be getting right in to some of the big, important aspects here of Monday Night Raw. We are going to be hearing from that man right there, the Viper Randy Orton, maybe on why he's on Raw after being on SmackDown Live, why he attacked Roman Reigns. What is Randy Orton's plans? We'll find out all out next. And Randy Orton stands in the ring ready to deliver his message. Randy Orton has a message for everyone, it seems. And let's, without further ado, let the Viper get right towards it. And there you go, saying that the wish has finally come true. Randy Orton is on Monday Night Raw. And he's happy to be here as well. Randy Orton knows, though, as a debuting star, he has a few questions to answer. And he's going to get right into answering those that everyone has to ask. Which is probably for the best, to be honest, because there are quite a few questions to ask. And quite a few answers that Randy Orton should have lined up. And the first question might be the most important one. What is Randy Orton doing here? It felt as if his talent was wasted on SmackDown Live, calling SmackDown Live a piece of ass, all things considered, and saying that Constable Dredge offered such a great deal to be on Raw. He took it, and Randy Orton is more than certain that he made the right decision. He is very glad that he made the decision to be on Monday Night Raw. There's a shot fired at his former employers there. Second of all, and this actually may be the most important one regarding him being on Raw, why attack Roman Reigns? And the simple answer is, Orton is pissed off by Roman Reigns. He stayed at home every week because he was on SmackDown, and when he tuned in, seeing that bitch on the TV made him change the channel. He doesn't care how long Reigns is out for, he deserved it after what Orton did to him. Wow. Fighting talk by Randy Orton in the final part here. What is next for him on the Raw brand? And as he has said throughout this promo, he has an answer for that one. Great things. As guaranteed by the Raw General Manager, Constable Dredge. He doesn't know if that's a World Heavyweight title opportunity or another chance to beat up Roman Reigns. Whatever it is, Orton welcomes it. Orton wants you to bring it on. And I imagine there are 3 letters that Randy Orton has for everyone on the Monday Night Raw roster. And that is RKO. Randy Orton has arrived to Monday Night Raw, and he's made a startling impact from the very get-go. Orton here. What kind of an impact will he make as time goes on? We'll find out. Roman Reigns, however, certainly a focal point to the Viper. All right, well, how about that? That was a great way to start this whole thing off. Got to give him credit. Randy Orton is here to make an immediate arrival, and I love it. I absolutely do love it, I got to be honest. And I'm happy with it. Orton has, you know, like he said, he's happy to be here. So while Randy Orton may always have that peeved off nature to him, the happiness that he expresses certainly shows that he likes Monday Night Raw and he wants to be here. Well done there for the Viper. We'll see where things will go as time goes on. But as for right now, we got to move on because we have another debut on its way in the Monday Night Raw Women's Division. Last week it was Ronda Rousey. I don't think we can top Ronda Rousey in all honesty, but we can try. No, we can't try. I don't think there is a bigger name that we could go with other than Ronda Rousey. What I do know is that Carmella is going to be taking her on one-on-one here. Time to find out who that's going to be. We'll have another time to talk about the Randy Orton fiasco. As for right now, it is time for the Monday Night Raw debut of... Ta-da! It is the Golden Goddess herself, Mandy Rose, accompanied by Sonya Deville to go with it. Wow. 2-for-1 acquisition for Monday Night Raw. Yeah, you know, you're not going to top Ronda Rousey, but there's no doubt about it. These two have made a statement for themselves as well in the work they've been doing. They have got an attraction to them, but it's Mandy Rose here tonight who's going to be the one competing in ring. My goodness. Who would have thought that Monday Night Raw would have gone, you know, this far out to try and improve its women's division? You could argue there was kind of a performance gap between the top and the bottom, as I discussed for a few months, but they're really closing up that gap now. Ronda Rousey last week. Mandy Rose and Sonya Deville this week. Who's next week? No, seriously, who's next week? I'm assuming at this point every week there's going to be a debut. Who else is there for you to take? What are you going to do? Just pick up Io Shirai from NXT and dump her here? Actually, I might have just given him an idea of what to do for next week now. Regardless, here we go. Mella and Mandy Rose going one-on-one, and Rose coming right out of the gates there swinging against Carmella. Wow. Look at this, an aggressive start being undertaken here from the Golden Goddess. Look at the way that she is going right after Carmella here. She is sending a statement. She is not just a pretty face, she is much more than that. She is an aggressive talent and one that should not be overlooked, and she's showing it right from the get-go here. Cover made on Carmella already. Certainly seems as if Mandy Rose is uber confident in her abilities. Got her by the hair now, is she? She has, and look at that from Rose. Great strength showing. And Sonya Deville is very happy with what she's seeing on the outside. Carmella, though, starting to fight back here. She's not going to let this debut be an excuse for her to get another loss. She wants to go all out here for the win. Nice kick in the ribs. Elbow in the face there by Carmella. Irish whip brings her back in. Arm drag there. Carmella now the one who has taken a little bit of control here. Great DDT from Mella. It's not as if she's got a throwaway challenge at all, has Mandy Rose. She does have to fight for a win here tonight. There's no doubt about that. She's got to fight to make an immediate impact here on Monday Night Raw. That could be easier said than done. Front face lock applied now. Mandy Rose in. Neck breaker to Carmella. Mella trying to get up to her feet, but look at that. The boot right in the face there for Mandy Rose. She's awfully happy with the job that she is doing early on. Goes into another cover on Carmella. Keep her pinned down. That's all that matters for Rose in this one, it seems. What a forearm, and another one. Drilled her, turned her around. Mandy now going to look for a power bomb. Indeed she is. She has her up on her shoulders. Oh, buckle bomb from Mandy Rose. Wow. Wouldn't have expected to see that from her, but she's brought it out, and another cover going to be made here. Carmella, is she done for this time? There's two, and a kick out, just barely at two from Carmella. But she is still trying to fight back. There's the princess from Staten Island, but it's not going the way in which she wanted. Oh my God, was that a running boot, a running knee? The hell was that? Whatever it was, struck right on the money. Carmella has been getting beaten down for a long time now, and here we go. Back on the arm goes Mandy Rose, stomping away on it again. Over and over, the arm of Carmella going to be screaming out in agony. Rose has her now. Oh, wow! What in the world was that? Cover made after it, hoping to put Carmella away, and the fight in her. Well, if that was her final piece of fight, it may well have gone away. Another cover right after it, and another 1 count. Look at how slow, though, Carmella is to lift the shoulder up. And here we go. This may be the one that finishes her off. Mandy Rose in position, kick in the gut, set it up for the bed of roses. An emphatic debut is sealed. Mandy Rose is your winner. Welcome to Monday Night Raw, Rose and Deville. And what an impact they make on their debut. Sonya Deville only had to watch on because Mandy Rose had it dealt with from the opening bell. The aggression she showed in this one absolutely should not be overlooked. If I was the Raw Women's Champion right now, if I was Asuka, I'd start thinking, what the hell do I do around here now? Because everywhere she is turning, there is a challenge heading her way. Maybe she welcomes it. If not, she should certainly be ready for it. No one's ready for Asuka, but is Asuka ready for this? We'll find out as the weeks go on. Who knows if we're done with debuts, honestly, in the Raw Women's division. But the division itself is getting stacked up, and I love it. Let's move on to our next contest of the evening. Curtis Axel managed to keep his Monday Night Raw career 2 weeks ago, thanks to Sting. Here tonight, he's probably on his own, as he goes one-on-one against the freak, Lars Sullivan. Well, he's in the ring, but I bet you he wishes that he wasn't. Curtis Axel, as I said, 2 weeks ago had to fight for his Monday Night Raw career against Marty Scurll, and won because of Sting. Here tonight, I don't think the same can be said for I don't think the same can be said for Curtis Axel. He kept his Raw career, but it might not have been the greatest thing for him, because this is the man he is taking on, the United States Champion. The man responsible for why Raw had to have a new general manager after SummerSlam, Lars Sullivan. The freak. And this man has been an absolute just unit of destruction since arriving to Monday Night Raw. You want to talk about breakout stars in 2018? Maybe you could point to some others who have had great years. Maybe you could point to another talent. What the hell has happened? Oh my god. That's new. That is a new direction taken there by the Lightning Crew on Monday Night Raw, and it absolutely freaked me out. Pun intended, because at the end of it emerges the freak himself in Lars Sullivan. But you want to talk about breakout stars in this series of universe, you know, you could point to a few, I imagine. But for me, it feels like maybe none other have had the impact that Lars Sullivan has had. Hey, maybe we'll let it decide at the end of the year. Maybe we'll have a voting for it. But as for right now, oh no! We're going to leave that up to be decided. But what can be said for certain is that Lars Sullivan is going to try and absolutely destroy Axel on the get-go here. Interesting new attire that Curtis Axel's got going for him, but I'm not too certain how much luck it's going to be bringing him in this match, to be brutally honest with you all. Axel getting stomped down on here by Sullivan, and this is exactly what Lars Sullivan wanted. This is a man stripped of the US title for his actions, and he only went and won it back about 3 weeks later. If you're wondering what those actions are, he killed former Raw General Manager Dara Ronaldo. Those are the actions that he did. And now Lars Sullivan stands here, still the US champ, responsible for why Hiroshi Goto isn't United States champion. Also responsible for that guy is out with injuries. Sustained after a choke slam, I believe it was, or a power bomb, one of those two, onto a car window, a windshield rather. Devastation was brutal on Goto. They were picking shards of glass out of his back. Later on that evening, meanwhile, Lars Sullivan was proud of the job he had done and wished that he could have done more, I imagine. Axel is trying to fight. You are seeing here Axel is trying to put up a fight against Sullivan, but it's basically all in vain. Went up against the freak. And Axel is learning just how much that is the case. I feel as if these two guys have faced before, but Axel who may well have been on a high horse after the victory sustained over Skull a few weeks back, is not exactly going to be having the same here against Sullivan. Irish whip off the ropes, drop kick, and he's drop kicking him again. He is hoping for something, but my goodness, Sullivan just like, nah, not necessary. Lars Sullivan now putting him down on his knee, the ribs slamming down under the knee there. Sullivan up on the second rope. What are we going to see from the Freak up high? Went for the splash, but evaded. Evaded it rather, did Curtis Axel. Collision between the two now. Belly to belly attempt. Axel is trying. And again, he can get a headbutt for his troubles. Rolls out of the ring once again. Goes to the apron. You know he is wishing for an easier task than the one that he had. You know he wishes he had an easier opponent on the other side of the ring. But this is Lars Sullivan taking joy in what he gets to do. And Sullivan's heading up to the top rope now. Here we go. Lars Sullivan in. Diving headbutt to Axel. And you might as well stick a fork in it because it's done. Freak accident. 1, 2, 3. Lars Sullivan, your winner with ease. That was just a elongated beatdown by Lars Sullivan on Curtis Axel. That is what the United States champion is all about. Hiroshi Goto! Goto's back! Goto's returned! And he goes right after the US champion! Come on! Here we go! They're squaring off in the ring! Revenge for taking him out of Payback! Goto going right after him! What a sight this is! Hiroshi from Goto! Slice to the throat! Go on! Oh, what a return this has been from Goto! And he has Sullivan up! Shelton Kai from Goto! Welcome back, Hiroshi Goto! And that, Lars Sullivan, is a message right to you. He is back. He wants the title. He wants the Freak. One-on-one. Yes. Man, Monday Night Raw does not do breaks very well, does it? It doesn't do just taking a moment to relax, does it? It just does all out from the start. 100 miles an hour. Let's just go with that. That's apparently how Monday Night Raw likes to do things. You know what? We'll just embrace it and accept it and move on. And move on to our next contest we shall. What a contest we have coming up next. Hiroshi Tanahashi versus Cesaro. Oh, yes, please. I am ready. My body is more than ready to lay eyes on this matchup. What a matchup it is going to be as well. Tanahashi has had a great impact since arriving to Monday Night Raw. Some of the matches he's had, the likes against Triple H, come to mind right away. I believe this is Tanahashi's first match since Payback. Tanahashi sustained a minor injury on the evening, and with everything going on Monday Night Raw heading into No Way Out, the Raw General Manager Constable Judge said to Tanahashi, you can take the time off a train if you so desire. It's not exactly like you're instantly needed, I think, for lack of a better term. Tanahashi back here tonight, ready to compete in this one. The hair up in the nice little frolicky bun for Tanahashi as he gets ready for this matchup here against Cesaro. These two guys, well-traveled, world-traveled veterans, ready to compete against one another for the right to be victorious. I absolutely cannot wait to see who walks out with the win out of these two. And let's be honest, I think whoever it is, they have earned the victory because they've had to beat a world-class athlete in order to pull it off. Cesaro, much the same as Hiroshi Tanahashi, has had a good impact since arriving to Monday Night Raw. He's had a shot at the United States Championship, and of course didn't really work out the way that he wanted it to, which was kind of a shame for him. But nevertheless, there's no doubt about it that Cesaro had a great, what's the word I'm looking for? A great impact already, I think, on this brand. And so we wait to see how things will go in due diligence. Heads towards the ring right now. Interesting attire he's got on for the evening. I think is the best way of putting it. And he heads towards the ring right now, ready for this matchup. Is Cesaro ready for Tanahashi? Is Tanahashi ready for Cesaro? Is this a matchup that both guys comfortably think they can win? We are prepared to find out if that is the case or not. There's a part of me that thinks yes, but there's also a part of me that thinks no. In the regards of Cesaro when it comes to Tanahashi, Cesaro's great. We all know that that is the case. We all know the case that Cesaro is incredibly talented in ring. But Tanahashi, you can put him in any scenario you want to, and he will always find a way to come out with a victory. He'll always find a way to see the match in front of him and win. Because you can throw whatever you want to Tanahashi, he knows how to win. It's that simple. He knows how to overcome it. He's been in that predicament 100 times before. Tanahashi always knows what he's doing, always knows when he's on the back foot, and always knows how to overcome it as well. Can Cesaro try and use that to his advantage here and try and put Tanahashi in a predicament, maybe a false sense of security for Tanahashi? Put him in a place where Tanahashi thinks he's in the way to win it, but the reality is that he isn't. The next thing Tanahashi knows, he's looking up at the lights, and Cesaro's the one with his arm raised and his music playing at the end of the evening. We'll find out, but as for right now, Tanahashi and Cesaro trading off the start. Up and over the top rope goes Tanahashi. Suplex back in by Cesaro. Pound for pound, one of the toughest guys on the roster of Monday Night Raw and in this universe as a whole. Loving the new Cesaro attire that he's got on, though. Gotta give him credit. That is a really nice look for him. And here we go now. I was talking about that pound for pound strength. Here it is, shining through at an even greater state. Deadlift gut wrench powerbomb. Deadlift gut wrench suplex, rather. My apologies there. Cesaro, though, not able to keep Tanahashi down. What a palm strike from the ace. And here we go. Drop kick now. Tanahashi just starting to get things going. The wheel in Tanahashi is starting to turn. A little bit of a slow start, I think, is the best term for Tanahashi. But once he gets fired up, it's tough to keep him down. And Tanahashi in again with another Luthez press on Cesaro, keeping him down. Cesaro going to pull himself up using the ropes there. That is an awkward angle for Tanahashi to strike with, but he's going to go for it. Double axe handle from Tanahashi. A bit of work from the ace there. He turns him round now. Dragon suplex maybe. Attempted counter from Cesaro. Straight jacket German. Beautiful from Tanahashi. Only, though, able to secure a 1 count because of it. It is Tanahashi who has the control right now. What an elbow drop as well. Nice strike in the gut there. Body blow and one back there from Cesaro. And an uppercut to go with it. Gorgeous. I'm loving how this match is going so far. There's no doubt about it. Tanahashi is not having a plain sailing, easy victory like he, might have hoped for. Oh, look at that there, though, from Cesaro. Pushed down, keeps right back up. Belly to belly. Tanahashi counters it. Incredible for both men. Tanahashi now turning him around. Has him in. Dragon suplex from the ace. Will this be victory for Tanahashi? No. But it won't stop him from pulling himself right up to the top rope here. Tanahashi in position. Looking for a big move here. Cesaro's dazed. Tanahashi. High fly cross from the once-in-a-century talent. Will this do it? No. Wow, this is one hell of a match. There's no doubt about it, though. Tanahashi cradling him in. Nice suplex. Another cover made. There is an air of urgency in Tanahashi to try to put everything away. Cover after cover on Cesaro. Maybe he does think that he has the ability within him to win this one. Collision made between the two, and what a knife-edge chop. What an uppercut in the chest as well. What a series of... What a comeback move there from Cesaro. Tanahashi is dazed. Tanahashi could be done for. Cesaro sweeps the legs. Here we go. Sharpshooter on the ace. Will Cesaro force Tanahashi to tap out here? The ace isn't near the ropes, but the ace doesn't need the ropes to keep his hopes alive. Tanahashi fights on. The admirable ace never gives in. DDT, though, from Cesaro. may tell him otherwise. Look at this now. Cesaro really feeling fired up. He has the ace right where he wants him. And in this midpoint of the match, it is Tanahashi on the back foot. Only a 1 count can be secured though. And Tanahashi is starting to get up to his feet here. Elbow from Tanahashi now. Forearm in. Oh, what a chop by him as well. From behind, another dragon suplex from Tanahashi. Beautifully struck, and the ace goes up high. The ace goes up high indeed. Tanahashi now. Here we go. High fly flow. 1, 2, 3. Tanahashi wins. High fly flow does the trick, as it always does. Say what you will about Cesaro, say what you will about his performance. The reality of the situation is, when high fly flow comes in, how are you going to stop Tanahashi from getting that win? And it's just that's just how it goes, you know? You can try whatever you want. The high fly flow is devastating. Cesaro learned that. And I think, you know, I said about how Cesaro might not be ready because Tanahashi's been in this predicament 100 times. You can make this time number 101. Tanahashi again on the back foot. Tanahashi again fights through it. Tanahashi again wins. Cesaro got too comfortable, and that was his final mistake. Hiroshi Tanahashi, your winner. Good on him there. Let's move on to our main event though. I can't wait for it. Daniel Bryan versus Sting. Well, here we go. Main event time. From one highly touted, and I gotta be honest, I kind of wish for a little more, but it was highly entertaining match, to another. Daniel Bryan against Sting, two of the big faces of Monday Night Raw. Sorry, the two big faces of Monday Night Raw. The ones who the crowd cheer for each and every time they are in action, going one-on-one against each other. This is a pay-per-view caliber main event being given away for free here on Monday Night Raw. This is what Monday Night Raw, though, is all about. Top talent athletes competing to see who the better one is. And I love it. I love seeing stuff like this. Daniel Bryan is ready. What a match he has here. What a chance he has here against the World Heavyweight Champion. Bryan is no underdog in this scenario. Let me just point that out. Daniel Bryan's a 2-time World Heavyweight Champion. He's a Grand Slam champion. But there is another thing that Daniel Bryan is within this universe as well that everyone needs to know. He is Monday Night Raw through and through. There is one brand that Daniel Bryan has been on since the very first day of this universe, and there is one brand that Daniel Bryan has not left since the very first day of this universe. That is Monday Night Raw. This man bleeds for Monday Night Raw. His heart is in it for Monday Night Raw. And you best believe, even though he is not the World Heavyweight Champion, he is proud of the World Heavyweight Champion, and he respects the World Heavyweight Champion. And here is the World Heavyweight Champion. The first time we see the belt around the waist of this man. It is Sting, the World Heavyweight Champion, and what a sight to behold. We learned plenty from Sting last week, as you saw at the top of the show. Sting saying this is his final hurrah. When he loses that world title, the career of Sting comes to an end. One thing is for certain though, Sting is gonna fight. Each and every day he is World Heavyweight Champion, he will fight. And that you have to commend. You have to look up at. That is what it means to be a face of a brand. That is what it means to be a fighter for these people. It doesn't matter for Sting if he spends 2 weeks as champion, or 2 months, or 2 years. The reality is that Sting will fight the exact same every single time he has to fight. 100% from bell to bell, because he knows he is doing it for Monday Night Raw. With that being said, let us get this incredible main event of the evening underway. Bryan versus Sting. And here we go. Bryan arm getting locked up here by Sting in the early stages. Sting goes behind now with a hammer lock on Daniel Bryan. These two guys have fought before. A little bit of context for you in regards to this universe. Sting, at one point, was undefeated and was the World Heavyweight Champion. One man beat him, was responsible for Sting's very first loss in this universe, and took the World Heavyweight Championship away from him at the very same time. That was Daniel Bryan. These two guys do have history with each other, but they have another thing they share as well, and that is respect. And you're seeing it in these collar and elbow tie-ups right now, trying to get the better of the other. Sting, I think, trying to get some aggression out of Bryan right there by pushing him away so many times. Bryan just lets it go and uppercuts him back down. Bryan, as if to say, if you want to go a little bit more aggressive, if you want to test me a little bit, I'll test you a little bit as well. And here we go now. Bryan suplexing Sting right back into the ring. Let's see how this one will go between these two guys right now. Sting comfortably at No Way Out won the World Heavyweight Championship and proved to everyone that Marty Scurll was scared of him. That Scurll was fearful of Sting, that the villain could not conquer the vigilante, and in the end, Sting walked out with the World Heavyweight Championship. And this is his first match since winning that title just over a week ago at No Way Out. Daniel Bryan dropkick in the corner. Sting not falling. Bryan going at him again with a second dropkick. The fire there from Bryan. Incredible to witness there. Going all out early on. From behind now. Oh my goodness. Regal plex from Bryan. Snap Regal plex there. Goes for the cover. Sting able to kick out early on. Bryan now kicking the chest, forearm attempt, countered by Sting. Let's see how things go here. Up in the air, suplex by the world champion. Hoping that Bryan can stay on the back foot for a little bit there. Bryan certainly proving, hell no, that's not happening. Double underhook, throwaway suplex now by the leader of the Yes Movement. Early stages of this match, but God, these guys are going all out. They really want the win here. They are fighting for Monday Night Raw, and they're putting on a spectacle for it as well. DDT there by the Stinger. First cover of the match now from Sting, at least. It's a kick out at one by Bryan, much the same as I think it was when Bryan covered Sting way up in the air. Gorilla press, countered by Bryan. DDT. Both guys kind of reading one another right now. They are studying each other well, and they are preventing the other from having the advantage that they want. That is why the pendulum is shifting so much in this match. Bryan, Hurricanrana from the top rope. My goodness. Bryan flew and then some. Up to the top rope now goes Bryan. Elbow drop in from Daniel Bryan now. Will this put away Sting? There is only one on the world champion. But Bryan thinks he can get more. Middle of the ring. Yes lock on Sting. Will Sting be forced to tap out here? Will Daniel Bryan conquer the Stinger? Sting is pulling free. And strike right into the chest of Bryan. Sting is free of that one. And this one here isn't done. But Sting certainly wants it to be. Tombstone from the Stinger. But Bryan right back up to his feet. This is outstanding. Daniel Bryan popping right back up to his feet. And here goes Bryan now. Flips over Sting. Ducks the clothesline. There's the elbow. And Daniel Bryan could have the world champion right where he wants him. In the leg. And now the kicks into the chest. The crowd in Cincinnati in unison. Daniel Bryan. One across the head for good luck. This could be where the world champion could be defeated. Sting counters. And Sting has him up on his shoulders now. Fireman's carry. Gorilla press slam. Strength conquering the might of Bryan there. Look at how Bryan though up on hands and knees, refusing to give in. Looks at Sting there. And these two guys not giving in. Sting pushes Bryan back slightly though. Eyeing each other up again. Sting counters, socks him right in the face, puts him up against the ropes, and he's going to flapjack him into the ropes as well. Stun gun rather. Now Sting is in the perfect position to strike, and this could very well do it. Sting, Scorpion, Death Drop. Cover on Bryan. 1, 2. Daniel Bryan kicks out at 2. No win for Sting just yet. Oh, but the Stinger is fired up now, and here he goes. Clothesline, clothesline, and a third one. Bryan stumbling into the turnbuckle. Worst place you could be. Stinger splash, and once more, rile it up. Sting's ready to go. Scorpion death drop to Bryan. Cover after it. 1, 2, 3. Sting wins. What a main event. Those last 2 minutes were insane. What an absolutely insane ending to that one. They went all out for the victory. Bryan getting up to his feet and fighting back. Sting getting up to his feet and fighting back. But in the end, the Stinger conquered Bryan. And what a way to do it as well. What a win. Man, that match put a giant smile on my face as a wrestling fan. I know. I was deeply, deeply entertained by what I saw here tonight. Another great edition of Monday Night Raw in the pocket. They may be gearing up for Survivor Series, but they don't know what to gear up for yet. What I can say, though, is that I think everyone near enough we saw getting a victory here tonight, and even further than that, most of the people in action here tonight prove they are ready for Survivor Series and ready for whatever brand v brand action comes into play. And that man right there will be leading Monday Night Raw through it all. That ends episode Universe Mode. Thank you guys for watching. Take care, guys, and ta-ra.